Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Good afternoon and welcome to today's corporate team kickoff. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone for now. And if you guys have any questions, we'll be able to unmute you and you can also chat them in. Okay, perfect. You should be able to unmute yourself. So if you are speaking or if you have any questions, you should be able to ask that. And as I said before, we have the chat. So good afternoon and welcome to today's corporate team kickoff. We're so excited that you guys could join us to learn more about the Walk to End Alzheimer's and the Alzheimer's Association. Today, we're going to hear more about the mission of the Alzheimer's Association and how you can help the millions of people nationwide who are currently affected by this devastating disease. And we are so excited to have potential teams and current teams from Pensacola to Jacksonville, all the way down to Space Coast and everywhere in between today, representing all of Central and North Florida. So welcome, I am Leandra Clovis. I am the Senior Director for Central and North Florida, and today's call is being hosted by your WALK staff in CNFL. So on the call, we have myself, we have Pavla Paul, Director in Orlando, Terry Cantrell from Jacksonville, we have Amanda Harris, who is over our Space Coast, Volusia, Flagler, and St. John's events, Yasmin Khan Hohensee from Tallahassee, we have Terry Boynton, who oversees our Gainesville, Ocala, and the Villages walks, Zach Suggs in Pensacola and Emerald Coast, and then Katie Garrow is our wonderful development logistics manager. So that is your walk team in Central and North Florida. You'll be hearing from some of us later, and all of us are present on the call, and the rest of the gang will be over in the chat. So if you have questions at any time, feel free to just shoot them in the chat and someone will get to you right away. You're also going to hear from a few of our current walkers in Central and North Florida throughout the presentation as well. So let's get started. Blink twice. Another person in the world has just developed Alzheimer's disease. Their parents, friends, siblings, customers, and coworkers. Alzheimer's and dementia impact individuals and families, often requiring years of caregiving and expenses. The disease not only steals memories and moments, but whole identities and ultimately lives. This isn't just their fight, it's everyone's fight. And this is why it's so important to continue to move our mission forward. To share more about who we are and what we do, we're gonna start today off with a mission moment. I would like to introduce Mary Daniel. She's with us today to share her journey. So Mary, if you're able to unmute yourself.
Oh, I love that picture. I am able to unmute myself. I am Mary Daniel. I started a team for my husband, Team Stevie D, last year. My husband is 66 years old and was diagnosed 7 years ago with early onset Alzheimer's. I decided to walk. I'm going to be real honest and tell you that I decided to walk for selfish reasons. And it was the most amazing experience ever. I have, before the walk last year, I really didn't have a ton of experience with the Alzheimer's Association. I had never really reached out to them. I had never really asked for much help along the way, but I wanted to walk because I wanted to show Steve while he was still able to understand the commitment that we as his family and as his friends had toward him. We were Team Stevie D, and the support that came out and the group that we had on that freezing cold morning was something I will never forget. He was in his element. He loved seeing every single one of those people. We raised about $9,000 that day, and his kids flew in, his two daughters from Nashville, his son from San Francisco, and it was just one of the absolute best days of our lives. I will never, ever forget it. Happens to be that since that time, I have used the Alzheimer's Association a lot. And so I have learned where that money has gone and what that money is doing. In fact, I just got off a phone call with Michelle today, talking about helping us. The Alzheimer's Association is helping us with providing information to the governor's office on this new task force about opening places up. I am knee deep in working with the Alzheimer's Association right now, so it's absolutely crazy how it has come full circle. So we will walk again this year, and this year it will be twofold for me. I will again be doing it to show Steve, because he still will be able to, hopefully he'll be able to join us. That would be amazing, obviously, but I want him to see, even if he's not able to see us all in person, exactly who we are and who the people are in his life that support him and love him dearly. And then the benefit is that I know exactly where this money is going, and I know the good deeds that are being done with it. And I'm really excited about the opportunity to do it again.
Thank you so much, Mary. I know I speak on behalf of everyone when I say thank you for sharing your story. And if those of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, she looks so familiar. And if you're thinking that, it's because you may have seen her story has gone viral on TikTok, Facebook, everything. She's been on national news, the news, everything, sharing her story and how her entire journey. So
I will tell you that we came out in People magazine today. So we have, it has truly gone crazy viral.
And it's a beautiful story. So I would encourage you all to look a little more into Mary and Steve Daniel's story after this call, because there are so many beautiful videos. And I just think that everyone should see them. They're very, very, very touching. And I'm so thrilled, Mary, that you could be here today with us. And thank you for sharing your story and everything that you're doing with the association and on behalf of everyone who's going through this journey alongside of you. So thank you.
I would love to stay with you, but I have to run. I have to go wash dishes. I have to be at work at 5 o'clock at Steve's at Rose Castle of Deerwood, so I can wash a couple hours worth of dishes, and then I get to see him tonight. So I thank you so much for the opportunity. I can't wait to see you guys soon.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
So as we say, I mean, we need you all to help us continue on this great work. We'll talk a little bit about our programs and services, and Mary mentioned some of the things that we do in public policy and we're trying to do with the governor's office, and all of that is possible because of our volunteers like you who participate in events like our Walk to End Alzheimer's. Before we go a little further, I do want to take a moment and just give a special thanks to our national presenting sponsors, Edward Jones and CVS Health. And they are joined by numerous local sponsors in your communities who are walking alongside of us. So on the screen, you will see the logos of all of our top sponsors all across Central and North Florida. So thank you to any of our sponsors who are on the call, or any of our Edward Jones or CVS Health employees who may be on the call as well. And now I am going to pass it over to Zach Suggs. He's our walk manager, and he's going to talk a little bit more about the association and what we do. Zach?
Hi, good afternoon. So first off, I have to say thank you so much to all of my Panhandle friends for coming. I see a lot of familiar faces, which makes me happy. But some of you may be wondering, who is the Alzheimer's Association? What do we do? And certainly we'll definitely answer those questions today. But more importantly, you may be wondering why. Why do we exist, and why are you here today? The Alzheimer's Association leads the way to end Alzheimer's and all other dementia by accelerating global research, driving risk reduction and early detection, and maximizing quality care and support. Our vision is a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. The association provides support groups, education programs, and other activities to help people navigate the disease, all completely supported by donations made possible through the Walk to End Alzheimer's and other association events. The Alzheimer's Association has made funding research a priority in order to slow and one day stop this disease. The association has granted over $167 million to more than 500 leading international research projects working towards methods of treatment and prevention. The Alzheimer's Association is also the leading voice for Alzheimer's disease advocacy, fighting for critical Alzheimer's research and care initiatives at the state and federal level. As an organization, we may only reach a portion of the affected community with our services, but with advocacy through legislative efforts, we can reach 100%. How? We connect volunteer advocates to the policymakers who can make a difference. Some of you on today's call may already be too familiar with the impact this disease has on families. Alzheimer's takes a big toll on people worldwide. It is important to remember that Alzheimer's is not just an elderly person's issue. It is a family issue. Did you know approximately 25% of caregivers are in the sandwich generation, caring for an aging parent and children under the age of 18? Did you know 18.5 billion hours of unpaid caregiving is valued over $234 billion? Did you know financially devastating Alzheimer's is the most expensive disease in the US? By 2050, it can cost the nation as much as $1.1 trillion. These facts are truly staggering and are a part of the reason of why it's so important to keep our programs in Central and North Florida. Not only is Alzheimer's impacting families, but it's also having effects on the workplace. Some things you might not realize is that you have employees that are caregivers, which means your company is likely being impacted by this devastating disease. As an employer, there are numerous opportunities to connect the association to your employees through lunch and learns, one-on-one care consultations, and by bringing the brain bus right to your front door. With more people being diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease and the challenges presented from COVID-19, this is an extremely difficult time for not only those with the disease, but other caregivers and supporters too. Please know that the Alzheimer's Association is here for you through our 24/7 helpline. You can also find additional resources on our website and guidance specifically related to COVID-19 at alz.org/COVID-19. With that information, I'd now like to welcome Yasmin Khan Hohensi, Walk Manager in Tallahassee. Yasmin?
Thank you, Zach. Thank you all for being on this call. So now that Zach has explained a little bit about the why we do what we do, let's talk about the how. So everyone on the call has the potential to engage their friends, family, employees, and coworkers by putting a team together for Walk to End Alzheimer's. So for many of you on today's call, this might be your first time hearing about the Walk to End Alzheimer's. This event takes place not only in our community, but in communities all across the country. Walk to End Alzheimer's, the signature event of the Alzheimer's Association, plays a significant role in helping the association advance its mission. And it's because of people like you. We are still walking, and it will be different this year, but supporting the Alzheimer's Association with a walk team will allow your employees the opportunity to come together around a common cause and create a bright spot during this time. So we just talked about what Walk to End Alzheimer's is, and now let's talk about the why. Partnering with Walk, especially during these uncertain times, can be that opportunity to bring colleagues together in the fight against Alzheimer's. It allows for your employees to build camaraderie, whether they are in the office or working virtually. They can have fun planning fundraising activities, or even better, having some friendly competition between departments and work teams. It is also an opportunity to boost employee engagement, all while creating a positive presence in our community. By partnering with Walk to End Alzheimer's, it shows your company cares about being part of the solution to one day have a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. So as we mentioned, in 2020, the walk experience will look a little different. This year, the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is everywhere, from downtowns to small towns and every sidewalk in between. Because the world may look a little different right now, but one thing hasn't changed: our commitment to the fight against Alzheimer's and all dementia. Your health and safety are our top priorities, so we aren't having a large in-person gathering this year. Instead, we invite you to walk in small teams of friends and family while others in your community do the same. Walkers will take part in various wraparound events through a new online platform, the Walk Main Stage. Walkers will still have an opportunity to earn their t-shirt at the fundraising level of $100, which will now direct ship to you this year. And then walkers will have access to an upgraded mobile app experience with the Walk to End Alzheimer's app that will include new features to enhance their 2020 experience. So using this schedule, I just wanted to take an opportunity to just share a little bit about what the Walk Day experience will look like more specifically. So I wanted to let you know about all the exciting new elements. There will be 3 easy components. So first, all teams are invited to watch the online walk opening and promise garden ceremony. Next, everyone will walk in their own neighborhoods, individually or in small groups. Finally, we will have a drive-through planted promise garden, which is view only. You can stop by and see it at a determined location within your walk community. And of course, please follow CDC guidelines and recommendations from local health officials when deciding to walk with those outside of your household. Okay, I'd now like to introduce Mike Tumolo, team captain for our Jacksonville walk with Bank of America, who is going to talk about their success in the past and so far this year, especially when it comes to maximizing matching gifts. Thank you, Mike.
Great, good afternoon. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to join everyone this afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe in this rather remarkable and unsettling environment. As mentioned, I do work for Bank of America. I'm fortunate enough to have been the walk chair for Jacksonville the prior 2 years, and this year I'm excited to help build out our bank team even more than we have in the past. Here in Jacksonville, Bank of America has roughly 6,500 associates across 2 primarily large campuses in town. So trying to drum up interest in the walk this year especially is challenging to say the least, since we are all working remotely. Last year, we had roughly 50 to 55 folks join our bank team. We had about 25 or 30 or so that showed up for the walk itself, which was great. It was cold, so we were happy with that turnout. This year, we are looking forward to seeing a little more engagement from our folks. And the bank is providing us quite a bit of resources to help make that happen. So some of the benefits I'm going to talk about very briefly apply to Bank of America, but a lot of employers offer some of these rewards and incentives and ways to encourage associates to get more active and volunteer. If you're a smaller business and your company does not offer these, maybe something to think about and suggest. So a couple of ways that the bank encourages us to volunteer. For those folks who volunteer a set number of hours, the bank will give up to a $500 grant to the association or the charity of your choice that you volunteer with. So the last couple of years, with my time with the Alzheimer's Association, $500 a year has gone to the cause, just as a thank you from my employer for volunteering my time outside of work to help make a difference for this important cause. In addition, the bank also does matching gifts. So through folks who are joining the bank team, who have participated to the bank team, we go out and we encourage our friends and family to support our endeavor. And any gift that we give to the cause, the bank will match dollar for dollar up to a certain point per year. Another great way to have corporate involvement in a local cause. And third and finally, a lot of companies do annual giving campaigns. It used to be United Way, and now entities have embraced more of a just kind of a giving approach where the employee has the opportunity to select the charity of choice. So the bank, through payroll deduction, allows us to do and participate in the annual giving campaign. And through every payroll cycle, I have money coming from my payroll that goes straight through to the Alzheimer's Association. One of the 2 nice features, if you will. One, it's gone before it even sees my bank account. So I'm making a difference before I even get the paycheck. But 2, the bank also does matching gifts on payroll contributions. So in this case, if I make a $300 contribution over the course of a year, the bank will match dollar for dollar each payroll cycle. So that $300 contribution turns into $600. So some great ways that the bank encourages us and rewards us for participating and getting more involved in the community. And for those, again, smaller businesses, just some opportunities to think about, especially with annual giving and payroll match. If that's something that's possible, even just the annual giving without the match, something to consider where folks have the opportunity through their employer to give money out of their paycheck to make a difference and go straight to a cause. So just some great things that have helped make a difference for me here in Jacksonville, and hopefully we'll do the same for all of you out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing about your team and why participating in the walk is so important to you and to your company. We really appreciate that. And now we're going to hand it over to Pam McDougal Nystrom, another team captain, this time with our Space Coast Walk to End Alzheimer's. She's going to share with us how her team gets creative with fundraising.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Pam.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, our team, what we do, or what has seemed to work for us when we fundraise is humiliation on social media. We, for like $10 a whipped cream pie, we smack each other in the face. We have air horned each other, surprising each other. My brother and I, this year, our thing is egg roulette, where we're going to smash eggs on each other's head, and we video them and we put them on Facebook, social medias, and people just love it. And we have we've been a top team for a couple of years just with that type of fundraising. So that is what has worked for us, other than just asking for money.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Pam. Our walk is successful. Yeah, thank you. Our walk is successful because of your dedication and as a team captain and the unwavering support of your organization and Team UFTA. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So I wanted to share, just as a piggyback to what Mike and Pam have shared. So as you've heard, fundraising in 2020 may look a little different, but teams are still having amazing success. Here are a few other fundraisers that we've seen that have gone really well so far this year. One of which that's been pretty popular with our assisted living communities is the idea of doing drive-through style lemonade stands, bake sales, or meal pickups. Also, as Pam mentioned, the challenge style fundraiser, for example, raise $100 and you can pie the manager in the corporate setting. Online auctions and yard sales on Facebook. And of course, the simple Facebook fundraiser, as we've always tried to share about, the linking from your participant center. That way funds raised from the Facebook fundraiser go directly towards your walk team. And these are all great examples in addition to what Pam and Mike have shared as well. So we've heard from some amazing people today. We've talked about why everyone has a reason to end Alzheimer's disease, and we've learned how to get involved. Together, we can see a future where there are survivors of Alzheimer's, give support to families dealing with this devastating disease, and further research. Together, we can increase employee engagement and position your company or organization as a leader in the movement to end Alz. So as we mentioned, we have representation on this call from all across our Central and North Florida chapter. So here's a full list of all of our 11 walks. These can also be found at alz.org/walk. So we're going to leave you with a challenge. So how many of you are ready to make a real difference in the fight against Alzheimer's? If you're ready to fight with us, we encourage you to let us know in the chat. Please chat in if you're going to be a team captain at this year's walk. And if you haven't started your 2020 walk team yet, we encourage you to start today. As a thank you for making that commitment quickly, we'll send those teams that register today a little gift of appreciation in the mail. We want to celebrate you for taking the first step in leading the way to the end of Alzheimer's disease. Thank you so much for your commitment. I look forward to seeing people chatting in about their team involvement. Our staff and planning committee volunteers have been in touch with most of you and will continue to support you throughout the walk season. We'll check in from time to time, provide you with additional materials that may become available, and answer any questions that you have. So thank you so much for your support. One day we will live in a world without Alzheimer's because of all of us together. Thank you so much for your time. I love seeing the chats coming in. We'll stay on if you have any specific questions, but if not, thank you so much. Be safe and stay well, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Like we said, if you have any questions, feel free. The staff will hang out and we can answer anything. Karen, I saw you said you're ready to get a team started, so we can definitely help you out with that as well.
That would be great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Which walk are you with?
We're in Central Florida, so I guess your Orlando walk in October.
Okay, so that will be Pavla.
Hey, Pavla. Hi, Karen. So excited to connect with you. I'll go ahead and put my email address in the chat. We'll love to talk to you later.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.